Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A very warm welcome to thousands of brothers and sisters joining us today from all across the globe. We are truly privileged, honored to have you join us at the Karma Summit 2020, a dialogue for rebuilding our communities. We have more than 4,000 CSR, non-profit, HR leaders joining us from more than 40 countries globally, and welcome to all of you. Over the next 2 days, Nobel laureates, CXOs, HR and CSR leaders from Fortune 500 companies, non-profit leaders, academicians will be joining us on very thoughtful and insightful discussions on a very important and timely topic of rebuilding our communities through volunteering. A very warm welcome to the world's largest online summit on doing good, the Karma Summit. 2020 has been an extremely rough adventure for mankind. Traditional ways of society and businesses have been disrupted by a force which we cannot even see. An entire generation of humanity is going through a crisis. And on top of that, we also have another pandemic, that of social inequity, also plagues us today. More than 1.5 billion students are out of school. Millions will be pushed into poverty. And the mental health crisis is affecting people across the age groups. Our society and our community is broken. We need to rebuild. We need to urgently rebuild our communities. But this time, we need to rebuild it in the right way. We need to ensure that there is access, justice, technology, and sustainability in the rebuilding process and do it right. It is both a big crisis but also a big opportunity to rebuild in the right way. Kudera has been at the forefront of COVID response and relief. We have mobilized millions of dollars worth of PPE equipment, health aid, and economic aid to the underprivileged. We have been in a constant dialogue with different stakeholders, governments, corporates, and non-profits. And we realized that the only way and the best way to rebuild our communities is through a people's movement, or what we call the Karma movement. Today, I take this opportunity to launch the Karma movement, rebuilding of our communities, of the people, for the people, and by the people. Kudera will take whatever it takes to build and scale this Karma movement across the globe. The health and the social pandemics have reawakened humanity in many humans. The need, the intent, and the urge to contribute to rebuilding our societies is at its peak amongst each and every one of us. As they say, goodness cannot be quarantined. And this is proven by a more than 800% increase in the search for the keyword volunteering over the last 3 months. It is extremely unfortunate that in today's world, it's easy to book a cab or get a pizza delivered at home, but it is just so difficult to find ways to do good. You know there is something seriously wrong when you realize it is just so difficult to do good. And there is the need and the intent and the urge but it cannot be channelized in the right direction. On top of that, there are some companies which push their employees to log hours on volunteering, which is almost like a punishment for volunteering. There is a huge amount of friction and a lack of transparency in this process. This has to change. This has to be better. This has to be simplified, and this has to transform. I refuse to accept this way of volunteering. At Kudera, we want to transform how the world volunteers. Make it fun, rewarding, engaging, and impactful for everyone. We want to enable each and everyone to do their small acts of kindness to rebuild the communities. The COVID crisis has brought about a huge change. Change which would have taken decades have happened in weeks. And today, we are in an age of digital civic engagement. And in this age, Kudera wants to enable everyone who wants to create an impact to move away from just the tweets and the posts to actual action and impact. We are building the infrastructure for the world to do good better. We want to enable every employee and individual and team to volunteer as seamlessly as ordering a pizza and have engaging and impactful experiences. We want to enable employees to volunteer with their teams and their families. We want everyone to have a unique social impact experience. We want to make volunteering truly about connections, community, and impact. We want to create the karma cycle of good, which is self-sustaining and scaling. We will reveal the infrastructure for the world to do good, the Karma Hub, later today. We need to have the best minds and different perspectives for an effective dialogue on rebuilding our communities. The Karma Summit is an attempt to get these leaders and multiple perspectives to have the dialogue and facilitate and disseminate this to multiple stakeholders. Over the next 2 days, there will be a set of interesting fireside chats, panel discussions, and workshops from the best of the world. We have a stellar list of panelists and speakers comprising of the most powerful, successful, passionate, and empathetic leaders from different walks of lives. It is a great opportunity for each and every one of us to hear them, learn from them, and understand how to navigate, adapt, and evolve from this crisis. The day starts with a fireside chat between Nobel laureate Kailash Satyarthi and renowned venture capitalist Naren Gupta. Following that, we have the leaders panel discussing on the new paradigm of leadership in this new normal. Post that, we have a very interesting media panel comprising of Gillian Tett, the US editor at large of Financial Times, B. Perez from Coca-Cola, Linda Boff from GE. Post that, we have the CHRO panel where HR leaders will be discussing on navigating in this new normal and the role of volunteering. And towards the end, we have the power-packed fireside chat between Ursula Burns and Arianna Huffington, one of the most interesting panels comprising of the most powerful women on the planet today. And they will, along with me, reveal the Karma Hub towards the end of the day. Day 2 also has a stellar list of speakers on different panels, and we also have very interesting workshops on virtual volunteering for both corporates and nonprofits. I'm incredibly excited and look forward to a very engaging and insightful next 2 days. We are extremely thankful and grateful to our partners, Teneo, Global Giving, People Matters, Global Citizen, Omidyar Network, and Platypus Advisors, who have been a pillar of strength over the last few weeks and have helped us tremendously to pull off this mega summit together. Very, very grateful to all our partners. Please use the hashtag Karma Summit for all your conversations on LinkedIn and Twitter. There will be tons and tons of interesting conversations and polls happening on social media throughout. Remember hashtag Karma Summit, which is also mentioned in the screen above. The questions asked by all the attendees will be voted, and the top 3 questions will be answered by our panelists towards the end of the summit and shared with all the attendees. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. These were the words of the great Mahatma Gandhi. And the essence and the meaning of these words are at the heart of the Karma Summit 2020 on rebuilding our communities. Thank you and welcome again to the world's largest online summit on doing good. Let's do good together at the Karma Summit and let's rebuild our communities together. Welcome. you.